What choices do I have for survey mediums, and how do I choose amongst those? Choosing a survey medium goes well beyond the question of whether my sample can be reached in that medium. That, of course, is a very important criteria, but not the only one. Survey medium will affect everything from the time in which you receive the data, to potentially the honesty of the data, to the amount of analysis you're going to have to do at the back end, etc., etc., etc. One way to think of this is 3 sets of decisions. 1, what are the attributes of the survey itself? 2, what are the attributes of the audience that you're trying to engage or sample? And 3rd, what assets do you have at hand? In terms of the attributes, is the survey long or short? Does the feedback need to be immediately after they made that purchase, or can it be far later? In terms of the audience, is it absolutely essential that you reach a representative audience, or can a smaller sample or less representative sample suffice? Is the audience itself likely to be honest in a certain medium and less sharing in another medium? Finally, you should consider the assets that you have at hand. If you're an insurance company, a bank, a retailer, or an e-tailer, you already have a huge list of current customers. If you want to know how satisfied they are, you'd be kind of silly to go to an outside list just to tell you who your own customers are. You could use an email list. You can use your own website to intercept consumers. This is just a partial list of some of the survey mediums you might consider. Mail, landline, cell phone text, cell phone online, at home online, in-store paper and ink, on-site, kiosk. The list goes on and on. Do you need to execute a longer survey? You certainly cannot do this via a text survey. People will tolerate 4 or 5 or 6 questions on a text survey. Beyond that, you're pushing your luck. However, an email survey, where you send it out and let them complete it at their home at a time of their own convenience, do you want to get data back fast? Panels are excellent ways to getting data back fast. And I mean a lot of data back fast. In 2 or 3 days, you can have 1,000 or 5,000 full sets of responses back. Not so for a paper and ink survey. However, if your concern is a low-cost, easy-to-do survey, don't over paper and ink. Besides, paper and ink is likely to get quite honest responses because it has that ballot box kind of privacy. Does the survey you're about to field require that the respondent be exposed to visual stimuli, such as package preference or ad recognition? If that's the case, you need a visual medium. You can't do that by landline. Does the survey that you're going to do require some exposure to other sensory stimuli? The smell of a fragrance, the texture of a new car dashboard panel. Those kinds of sensory stimuli are better done in person, for example, at a mole intercept test. Is the sample you're dealing with nationally or geographically dispersed? The more dispersed that sample, the more likely that online is a practical option for you to consider versus in person. I can almost guarantee you that there is no one perfect survey medium. However, there may be an appropriate best fit medium for your needs to reach your audience and learn what you want to learn. Take your time when you're choosing your survey medium or mediums.